Hi, this is Srinivas Gudumasu from Interdigital Communications, San Diego, USA. Today, I will be presenting our work on software-based versatile video coding decoder parallelization published at Multimedia Systems 2020 conference. In this presentation, I will start with a brief introduction about VVC decoder, followed by our proposed decoder architecture with various multi-threaded parallel processing techniques, then the thread scheduling mechanism we used in our architecture, followed by mapping of VVC coding tools with the parallelization techniques we used, then the complexity analysis of VTM5 reference software which we used as a reference for our implementation, and then our proposed VVC decoder complexity analysis. Then after that, the performance analysis and simulation results with the proposed VVC decoder. And then finally, the summary of our work. The VVC coded bitstream is unpacked and entropy coded at the Quebec decoding unit, and the entropy decoded output is inverse quantized and inverse transformed to get the residual signal. Once the entropy decoding is completed, the coding unit information, like each coding unit will have the coding information such as like coding mode prediction information will be available, and based on its coding mode, whether it is intra-coded or intercoded, if it is intercoded, the interprediction has been done using the uh, temporal reference pictures. If it is intra-mode, then the prediction is done using the spatial neighbors. Then the intra-predicted signal will be added to the residual signal to get the reconstructed signal. Once the reconstructed signal is available, then it will be going through an inverse reshaper, which we also call as inverse Lima mapping, and then to a deblocking filter to smoothen the CU edges, and then the sample adapter offset, and then the adaptive loop filtering. Once this process, the whole process is completed, we call this as a slicer decoding. Picture decoding has been completed. This decoded output will be pushed into a decoded picture buffer, which will be used for the subsequent picture prediction process. This can be used as reference pictures for the next picture reconstruction. And then they also will be used for the outputting into the renderer in the screen. The complexity of the VVC decoder is enormously high, and achieving real-time decoding for playback purposes is a challenge. The decoding time using VTM5 reference software is almost 15 times the required real-time decoding speed, which is basically varying between 12 to 22x for 4K bit streams with QP values ranging from 37 to 22. So as mentioned in the VVC decoder architecture earlier, each step of the decoding process has been executed in sequential order using a single thread in the VTM reference software. So the prediction process is executed sequentially for each CU in raster scan order. So to achieve the real-time decoding speed, we introduced various parallel processing techniques in the VVC decoder. And at first we divided the Quebec decoding process and the rest of the slice picture decoding process, and assigned the Quebec decoding and the slice decoding task to different threads. The Quebec decoding thread decodes a picture, and that pushes into a FIFO, first in first output queue, and then resumes the Quebec decoding of the next picture. In the same time, the slice decoding activity fetches that Quebec decoded output and starts executing the slice decoding activities. So this way, the slice decoding and the Quebec decoding processes are executed in parallel, albeit they have been executing on two different pictures at any point of time. And the slice decoding activities, we subdivided them into we divided them into multiple tasks. Say like motion vector component derivation is the first task, then inter-C reconstruction second task, and then the intra-C reconstruction as a third one, then inverse reshaping, deblocking filter, SAO, and ALF. So there is always there is a new method called CIIP, combined inter and intra prediction. And in this CIIP inter process will be performed using the inter-C reconstruction stage, and the CIIP intra reconstruction will be performed at the intra-C reconstruction stage. In our architecture, each task will be executed for the entire picture before proceeding to the next task. And this way, one after the other, all the tasks will be performed for the whole slice or picture. And in our proposed architecture, the thread scheduling mechanism is as shown in the figure. So we have a thread pool which is like created using the number of threads available on the CPU, and an activity queue which will be like having a set of sub activities or subtasks. So each task, let's say motion component derivation, is being subdivided into subtasks, and those subtasks are like named as T1, T2, T3, and there are like two different groups. One was like independent tasks and dependent tasks. The independent tasks can be executed by themselves, and there is no dependency. And the dependent tasks will depend on some other task for their execution. So whenever there is a free thread available, it first fetches the activity from the activity queue and executes it. And whenever there is another free thread is available, it fetches the next available task from the thread activity queue and then executes. So this way, many threads execute those tasks in the activity queue in parallel. If there is a dependency, they always make sure the dependency is being performed, and then they resume the execution. And this process continues for all the slice decoding tasks. And then the mapping of coding tools to data parallelization, or like the parallelization techniques. In this, first I will go through the motion vector component derivation process. Here we actually divide the whole picture into a CPU rows, and each CPU row will be assigned to one thread. So a thread 0 will be processing the motion vector component derivation process for the entire CPU row, a CPU after the CPU. And the second thread does the same thing in parallel with thread 0. But for any CPU, for motion vector component derivation, the motion vectors of a particular CU can be derived from its left neighboring CUs, such as left, top, or top right. So to make sure that a current CPU or CU, a CU in a CPU is like generating the motion vector component derivation, it has to make sure the left CPU in the top and the top right CPU, the motion vector component derivation process is completed for them. Then that particular CPU can execute. So we call this as a WPP parallelization scheme. And using like each CPU row for one thread, all the threads can execute in parallel. For the interprediction process, because the particular CUs interprediction will be done using the reference pictures which are already available. So a CPU1 and CPU2, they can be executed. The interprediction process can be executed, and there is no dependency between those CPUs in the same picture. So one or a group of CPUs will be assigned to a particular thread, and similarly thread 2 will have like 1 or 4 CPUs for execution, and like this we assign how many number of threads available, free threads available. All those threads will execute the CPUs in parallel. This way, inter-CU prediction process can be done in parallel using multiple threads. Similarly, intra-prediction process also follows similar to MVCD, which is like a WPP parallelization. And when it comes to the inverse reshaper, it's a pixel-based reshaper. It's a pixel-based operation. So we divide the whole picture into small units, and each unit will be executed by a thread one. So that unit contains multiple rows of multiple pixel rows. and they will be executed in parallel. And deblocking, we have horizontal deblocking and vertical deblocking, similar to inter-CU reconstruction. During the horizontal deblocking, a particular thread will be assigned one or a group of CTUs, and those will be executed on that. And thread 2 will be again allocated a group of CTUs, and they will be executed in parallel with thread 1. And once the horizontal deblocking is completed, the vertical deblocking process continues. And similar data parallelization models are used for sample adaptive filtering as well as adaptive list filtering process. This way, the entire slice decoding process will be completed, and that will be pushed into the decoded picture buffer. And the complexity analysis have been provided for VTM reference software, as well as the complexity analysis for our proposed solution. And the time taken by different modules are almost same, except for intra and MVCD components, which are not as effective as other modules because of the WPP parallelization issue, WPP dependency issue. So the intra-CU in the VTM reference score is 4%, whereas it increased to 11% in our case. But the savings from the MVCD and so the savings from the intra-CU reconstruction, ALF, DVF, everything is better. And the performance analysis for class A bit streams are provided here. So it's taking around 183 seconds for QP20 to 4K bit stream, and for QP37 it is around 115 seconds, and we achieve for all QP37 real-time playback in less than 10 seconds time frame. And overall, for inter-CU reconstruction, inverse reshaping, deblocking, and ALF, we achieved almost 90% saving. And for MVCD and intra, because of the WPP dependency, we could able to achieve around 70% of the savings. And the same for the class B bit streams, we could achieve around 60% for intra and MVCD, and 90% to inter, DBF, and SJO. And the performance analysis for class A sequences, the frames per second versus the QP values, we almost achieved around 30 to 35 frames per second for QP37 and close to real time for QP32. And for 1080p class B bit streams, we achieved around 100 to 120 FPS for 37 QP, and like 80 to 100 FPS for QP32, and close to 60 to 70 FPS for QP27. And the performance improvement with respect to number of threads for class A sequences is shown here. We performed the simulation at multiple threads, like thread 1 is like a VTM's reference software, and we performed our results with 4 threads, 8 threads, 10 threads, and 20 threads, and we got better performances with 20 threads on a 10-core machine. And this is same for class B sequences. We achieved around 120 FPS, like from 90 to 120 FPS for QP37 using 20 threads. And the summary, the proposed multi-threaded framework uses CPU level parallel processing techniques without compressing on the memory bandwidth. And the proposed solution generates real-time performance for 4 CTC condition 4K sequences at QP37. And the proposed solution generates real-time performance for all class B sequences at QP27, 32, and 37. And an average decoding time reduction of 86.5% for class A sequences and 83% for class B sequences is observed. Overall performance for QP values ranging from 22 to 37. And thank you for your time.